The Mayor and City Council welcome you to the Peoria City Council meeting. As a courtesy to others, please silence all phones. If you would like to address an issue that is on the agenda, or if you would like to speak to the Council regarding a non-agenda item, please complete a speaker request form, which can be found in the front lobby of the Peoria City Council chambers or in the tray to the left of the speaker's podium. Please place the completed speaker request form in the second tray to the left of the speaker's podium labeled Request to Speak. All speakers will have 3 minutes to complete their comments. A countdown clock is easily visible on the left side of the wall behind the City Council dais. Only items listed on the agenda may be addressed by the Council. Since items presented as part of a speaker's request have not been listed on the agenda, and due to the requirements of open meeting laws, the Council will be unable to respond to items presented as part of the speaker's request. However, please be aware that your comments will be noted. The speaker's name will be called to speak at the appropriate time, in the order that the forms were received. Thank you for your interest and participation in the Peoria City Council meeting.
Council meeting will now come to order. Please rise for a moment of quiet reflection in the Pledge of Allegiance led by Youth Council Liaison Greathouse. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The clerk will please call the roll.
Mayor Carlett.
Here.
Vice Mayor Binsbacher. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Hunt.
Here.
Councilmember Patina.
Here.
Councilmember Finn.
Here.
Councilmember Edwards.
Here.
Councilmember Dunn.
Here.
Council Liaison Greathouse.
Here.
And Council Liaison Ravendran.
Here.
Good evening and welcome to the Peoria City Council meeting of October 15th, 2019. The first item on our agenda this evening is a presentation, and this is Fighter Country Partnership. And we are very happy to have with us Ron Seitz, the Fighter Country Partnership Executive Director. And I will turn it over to our City Manager, Jeff Tyne, to introduce.
Great, thank you, Mayor and Council. And as a longtime sponsor of the Fighter Country Partnership and the Fighter Country Foundation, the city does receive periodic updates from on various initiatives and programs that are occurring. And we're very fortunate to have a number of esteemed guests, and I'll allow Thomas Atkins, our Government Affairs Director, to introduce.
Thank you, Mr. Tyne. Mayor, Council, it's my honor to introduce tonight Mr. Ron Seitz and Mr. Ron Baumbaur. Mr. Seitz is the President and CEO of Fighter Country Partnership and Fighter Country Foundation, and Mr. Baumbaur is one of the board members of the organizations. These nonprofits are focused on supporting the men, women, families, and mission of Luke Air Force Base, and they provide a very critical service in filling the gaps that the Department of Defense is not able to do. Mr. Seitz is going to cover, in a high level, some of the key successes and projects that Fighter Country has been involved with over the past year. And as a sponsor, and longtime sponsor, as Mr. Tyne said, of Fighter Country, Peoria is committed to supporting the mission of Luke Air Force Base and those that choose to serve their country. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Seitz.
Mr. Atkins, thank you very much for the opportunity. Mr. Baumbaur, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your support. And, we have a lot of key volunteers on our board of directors that allow us to be very successful in our endeavors. But first and foremost, mayors, members of council, it's been almost a decade that I've been involved with Fighter Country Partnership and Fighter Country Foundation, and it's been over a decade that your municipality, your city has been supporting us in our efforts. So your leadership before you has understood the value of our organization. But because at the level that you guys have supported us and partnered with us, it's allowed us to become a lot more successful in what we do. Now, what we do, you've heard me say this many a time, so some of this is redundant for you, so I apologize for that, but we are a nonprofit that supports Luke Air Force Base. We're a 501c4 and a 501c3, Fighter Country Partnership and Fighter Country Foundation. And the mission of our organization is simple. We support the men, women, families, and mission of Luke Air Force Base. We do it through programs and services that are designed around morale and well-being, culture and tradition, and mission sustainability. And in between those three segments, we break them down into larger myriads of programs to support quality of life out at Luke Air Force Base. And we operate differently than a lot of other nonprofits because of who we're supporting. And when your organization has an M16 at the front door, your protocol and your etiquette needs to be equal. So we don't use words like privileged, and we don't use words like exclusive. We are very fortunate in what we get to do for this responsibility. We use words like enhance, because if we were to use words like improve, it would imply that something's bad. Luke is very good at taking care of their families. We just are very fortunate to be able to enhance that quality of life through programs and services. We have a long list of programs and services we'd love to highlight, but a couple of them, because we have grown through our donor base and grown through success, and grown through programs like the license plate. You know, we always have fun stuff that we like to leave for members of council, so I'll leave this stuff with Thomas. We have keychains that have our license plate. So just like the Coyotes have a license plate and the Humane Society has a license plate, we have our Sound of Freedom license plate. You know, every F-16 and F-35 of those are removed before flight tags. We have some of these great things to leave for you guys. But because we've grown in success, we've been able to create unique programs and services that don't exist anywhere else in the country. One of them, for instance, is what we call Money Strong, or a financial incentive program, and it's geared towards young airmen who, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, when young airmen, and when I say airmen, I mean airwomen, airmen, you know, when they're growing in their career, it's the first time they've had the ability to make independent financial decisions. And sometimes they might not make the most prudent ones at that young age. So this particular program puts them on a track where it's measured through quant statistics, debt to income ratios, investment in the TSP, which is the military retirement program, credit score. Anyway, 5 measurable things that gets tracked over the course of a year, and they're measured every quarter. And if they improve those statistics, those measurements, they're incentivized with days off and door prizes, and that's where we come in. We provide unique prizes and stuff for these airmen to get them excited about going on the program. I go at length about this because a program like this doesn't exist anywhere else in the country. And when you're talking to military leadership and they're talking about suicides, suicide challenges are getting identified at the point of a challenge. And a lot of the time, suicides are financial disasters, domestic disasters that could have been prevented. So the programs and services that we have implemented between the Dorm Dweller Holiday Party, between the Finance Expos, between the Money Strong, a lot of these things are preventative measurements. And so senior leadership in the military is kind of like, they're loving what we're doing. They really are seeing the way that we're providing programs and services is really trying to get in front of those problems that exist inside the DoD with respect to suicides. And that's just one little small segment, but I wanted to highlight that today because the programs and services that we've provided have created programs with purpose, which has allowed us to become so successful to the point where we're now renovating facilities on the base. So you might have seen them in the past, but we completed a flight line kitchen for the airmen in the summer. We've completed a security forces guard mount room, so they're doing shift change inside in air conditioning. We've completed child development center updates inside their kitchen, inside their toddler playing rooms. So we're physically improving facilities on an active duty military installation. So because you guys have been supporting us for more than a decade, you're kind of leading by example the way the city of Peoria always does. It's allowed us to grow and continue to create more programs that the Department of the Air Force is impressed with, and now actually enhancing facilities on the base. So we're here to just simply say thank you.
Came all this way just to say thank you to us, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we cannot tell you how thankful we are to you and for all of the things that you do. We are so grateful of the way you take care of our military and their families. I mean, I don't think I have ever heard of anybody who is doing all of the things that you are doing. The license plate is a great example of a real revenue source, but all of the other things that you have done to develop sustainable revenue sources that can do things such as build facilities. I mean, it's been really a success and an incredible success. So we are really, really proud to be supporters of Luke Air Force Base in every way possible. But, you know, you guys just make it real easy for us, I'll tell you that. So thank you so much for all the work that you're doing. You and your board. I know the two of you are kind of a dangerous couple together. But together you have really been unstoppable. We just can't tell you how much we appreciate your work. Thank you. Mr. Tyne, council, anybody else? All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks
Thank you
for
very much.
coming. Okay, the next item on our agenda is a presentation about the National Library Design winners. Mr. Tyne.
Great, thank you, Mayor. And in conjunction with National Library Card Month in September, the library holds a Design a Library Card contest each year, and the winning designs printed on new library cards and offered as options for new card holders. To talk more about this, we'll allow our esteemed guests, including Nathaniel Washburn, who will introduce.
Thank you, Mr. Tyne, Mayor and Council. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd like to introduce Kathleen Wade, who is our library systems administrator, and she's going to present this. She's in charge of our librarians in our library system, and she oversees this program, and so I thought it would be great for her to be able to present our wonderful winners who are here tonight. And you're going to see some amazing art. Be prepared to be wowed.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Good evening. This has been my first time to speak to you in an official capacity, so thank you for humoring me. Thank you also for the opportunity to share some community spirit and library love this evening. As you know, the Peoria Public Library System celebrates its centennial starting January 1st, 2020. We plan a number of special events at Main and Sunrise Mountain locations during this busy year, so keep your eyes on the city's calendar events for the who, what, where, and when. Our library card design contest is something that we've been doing since 2005. And as a part of our centennial, though, we did a special library card contest to have our community of users help us memorialize the library's 100 years. We opened up the contest to children, teens, and adults, and were amazed by the entries. Out of 200 colorful and clever designs submitted, these 3 designs won. Let me please introduce you to our winners, Kaylee, Maddie, and Michaela with their designs. This is our children's library card design. Kaylee Whipple designed it. She recently moved here from Massachusetts, so she's a new Peoria resident, so welcome, Kaylee. She's a 6th grader at West Wing K-8 school. She'd like to be an entomologist or a lepidopterist when she grows up. Those are big words for me. She plays the oboe, which I thought was really unique. Her favorite sport is swimming, and she competed on the Sunrise Green Sharks swim team during the summer, so she was a busy girl. Our teen winner is Maddie Allen. She's an 11th grader at Glendale Preparatory Academy. She has a ton of ideas for career and goals, kind of like a bucket list. She wants to design and create apps and has been learning about web and app design in her spare time. She's been drawing ever since she can pick up a pencil, and in 7th grade, she took things seriously and started to sell some of her own drawings. Her favorite sport is track and field, and she made it to state for her 4x100 relay team. So we have some really big achievers here. Our final entry was for the adult card, Michaela Prevost. She moved to Arizona in 2006. Her hobbies are writing, drawing, and thrift store shopping, which leads to her collections of too much stuff. Her favorite sport is playing badminton, and the library congratulates Michaela on her first book through Viking Penguin Press, Let's Have a Dog Party. Congratulations to all our winners, and thank you to all our library card design participants. With your permission, Mayor, I would love to have the winners come down and take a picture with you, if that would be so
absolutely.
great.
Of course.
Right. Okay. Okay. One of the things that the winners are getting is a certificate of appreciation and a large copy of their library card design for framing. They also received copies of their library cards to give to family. Once they get to the library and they have the library card, they'll have to be activated, so they can't check them out just randomly. And then we're looking forward to having them compete for next year as well. I was talking about that later before we came in this evening.
Parents that want to get
Yeah,
pictures,
parents.
give them a chance to get a picture as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor. And I wanted to thank also our friends for providing the prizes for our annual library card design events and for helping us reward the designers of our Peoria Public Library Centennial Library Cards. All our winners receive a $100 gift card as well, courtesy of the Friends of Peoria Public Library. And next thing is, there are a few things coming up that I'd like to remind everyone. We have two STEM programs called Girl Powered for Girls. Boys are invited too. Coming up next two Saturdays. And then we have our Explore the Library annual event at the main library. And then the Friends have their festive fall book sale at the Sunrise Mountain Library. We just wanted to let you know about the things that are coming rather quickly. And please come join us. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you very much, Mayor and Council, for letting us share this with you.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Very talented people there.
Very much so.
Mr. Tyne? Sit. All right. We will now move on to the consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine or have previously been reviewed by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion unless a council member requests an item to be removed and considered in the normal sequence on the agenda. Tonight's consent agenda includes items that require public hearing. If there is any member of the public present who wants to address a public hearing on the consent agenda, please complete a speaker request form and place it in the bin next to the speaker's podium. I have received no speaker request forms. Is there a member of the public who would like to have anything removed from consent? Seeing none, council, are there any items to be removed from consent? All right, then may I have a motion on the consent agenda?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Council, please vote. And the consent agenda passes unanimously. We will now move on to the regular agenda and new business. We will begin with item 10R, and we will hear item 10R and 11R together and then vote on them separately. 10R is minor general plan amendment, villages at Pioneer Park, 63rd Avenue and Olive, and 11R is the rezoning of the same location. Mr. Tyne?
Great. Thank you, Mayor and Council, and Chris Hawkes, our Planning Director, will provide that presentation on these two action items.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mr. Tyne. Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Items 10R and 11R pertain to a minor general plan amendment and rezone for a 30-acre parcel at the southwest corner of Olive and 83rd Avenue, as depicted in red on the screen in front of you. Brian Greathouse from the law firm of Birch and Cracchiolo represents the applicant and the landowner, which is the Empire Group. If approved, the request would facilitate the development of the property into a gated, multifamily residential community called the Villages at Pioneer Park. This is a 332-unit multifamily community in the style of the single-story casita or bungalow development that has become very popular. So there are two requests this evening. There's first 10R, which is the general plan amendment. That's a request to redesignate the site from community commercial to medium-high density residential with a density of 8 to 15 units per acre. And then its companion case, 11R, which is a rezone from Olive Crossroads, which is a commercial planned area development, to the proposed Villages at Pioneer Park, a residential planned area development. Okay, this graphic illustrates the local context. Again, the site is illustrated in red there. It is an irregular-shaped property of about 30 acres. The site has enjoyed some type of commercial or multifamily zoning for the last 40 years. It's remained vacant, save for some farming activities that have occurred on the site over the years. The site shares a property boundary with the Pioneer Village subdivision to the south and the AMF bowling alley on the northwest corner of the site. Across 85th Avenue to the west is the community of West Ring Estates. It's important to note, though, that West Ring Estates and Pioneer Village, both developed in the 1980s, they both are one-story homes. So as we looked at compatibility, this was a consideration in this case. Stepping back, the property is at the signalized intersection of two arterials. It's also served by the 83rd Avenue bus line, which, as you know, provides access from Point South to north up to P83 and Arrowhead Mall area. It's also proximate to community facilities and services in the area. So Old Town and the new MIHS clinic is about 3/4 of a mile to the north, and to the west, the existing commercial shopping center at Fry's at 91st and Olive is about 3/4 miles to the west. It's also a short distance from Pioneer Park across 83rd Avenue. A couple things to note here on the screen. At the northeast corner of the site, there's an existing bus shelter which provides access to the bus line. At the southern extent of the property on 83rd Avenue, there is a access point to a Z crossing. A Z crossing is essentially a type of facility that provides refuge in the center of 83rd to allow pedestrians to safely cross 83rd over to the park site. Okay, this is the conceptual development plan of Pioneer Park. So the attempt here was to integrate the community around an agrarian or semi-rural theme, which attempts to evoke its history, of farming in the area, and also try to tie in with Pioneer Park. So that was the inspiration for the theming that you'll see in some of the elements that I'll show later on. Again, the development is 332 units. It's a gated multifamily residential community, density of around 11 units per acre. All units in this development are single-story. They consist of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units. The predominant size is a 2-bedroom unit. The access points, the primary access into the development will be from Olive Avenue. That's the primary entry. There will also be secondary access points at 85th Avenue along the western boundary and at 83rd Avenue along the eastern boundary. There's also 2 additional pedestrian access points along 83rd Avenue. So if you focus your attention on the northeast corner where I mentioned that bus shelter was, there's a pedestrian access point that takes you to the corner, to the bus shelter and to the crossing there. And then at the southern extent of the site where that Z crossing I'd mentioned, there's a pedestrian crossing that will take you from the site to that Z crossing to get over to Pioneer Park. In terms of parking, in addition to the surface parking that you would expect in a development like this, the development does offer 68 garage units. So if you look at the larger brown rectangles on the screen, those are the garage units that are distributed throughout the development, and also offers an additional 33 guest spaces for guest parking. The amenity package is throughout the community, but the central amenity area is centralized in the community. It's focused around a clubhouse and gym and a pool, outdoor kitchen, and space for lawn games. There's also secondary open spaces, which include open spaces for a dog park and other passive uses. Finally, playing on the agrarian theme, the development also includes small garden plots, and so you might be able to see some of the smaller rectangles that are throughout the graphic there. Those are the garden plots that for use of the residents there. In terms of the requirements, if the development was to proceed forward, we do have some requirements that pertain to access. As you know, with any type of rezone, we do require a traffic impact analysis. So what this development does provide for is deceleration lanes on Olive going eastbound, also a new right turn lane on Olive as you approach the 83rd Avenue intersection. There will also be some intersection amendments that they'll have to do as well. Going southbound on 83rd Avenue, there's also a deceleration lane that will take you into 83rd Avenue. On the 85th Avenue side, as you know, that roadway right now is unimproved as you get north of the subdivision to the south, so they'll have to complete half-street improvements along 85th Avenue. And then also, as part of this development, the developer is going to be required to not only design the signal, but also contribute $250,000 towards the construction of the traffic signal at 85th and Olive. So this is a project that's also in our capital improvement plan, and what we'll do is we'll coordinate these improvements prior to the opening of this project if the council sees fit to pass this project. This graphic illustrates some of the theming. Again, this shows the signage and the main entry gates. If you look at the lower left-hand corner, you can see the perimeter wall and the attempt to reinforce the agrarian theme. You can see the white split fence as an accent feature that will go along the perimeter wall. This graphic illustrates the corner treatment at the Olive and 83rd Avenue intersection. The staff worked really hard with the applicant. We thought it was important to integrate features that not only provide for enhanced distinction, but also reinforce the identity of the area. So in a minute, I'll show you a rendering, but what this graphic is trying to depict is, you can see trying to play on the wagon wheels at Pioneer Park and the agrarian theme. So here's a perspective that the applicant provided that will give us a better indication of what that corner treatment will look like. So not only will it include the wagon wheel features, there's also a trellis behind that. There are some seat walls that are proximate to the bus shelter, and then some uplighting. So we're hoping this treatment will provide some distinction at this important corner in Peoria. This graphic illustrates the general plan land use on the left and the existing zoning on the right. So if we first focus on the general plan, the site is currently designated community commercial. So this is reflective of a couple of years ago, you may recall, when Fry's had considered relocating to the site from 91st Avenue. That idea was scrapped when Fry's decided to keep their current location at 91st and Olive. In fact, if you visit Fry's today, they're going through a very extensive remodel of their current store. The request that we have in front of us today would be to redesignate the site from the community commercial disposition to a medium-high density residential. If you look at the right zoning, this is what can occur on the site today. So today, of course, it's zoned as a commercial planned area development. You'll notice at the hard corner, at the northwest corner where the Shamrock, the southeast corner where the Circle K is, those are both zone C2, which is a commercial zoning category. And then you may recall at the northeast corner, we have that park at Roundtree Ranch. That is a multifamily project that's under construction now, but there was a 4-acre parcel that was reserved for future commercial. So there are commercial opportunities at 3 of those 4 corners today and into the future. In terms of our evaluation, staff felt that, and we had spirited conversation throughout the development project, but we believed without an anchor use or sustained commercial interest, we believe the site was well positioned for residential. We believe that the density that's proposed and the hybrid, the type of product, which is kind of a hybrid between single family and a multifamily type development, we thought provided an appropriate transition to the 1-story homes to the south and west. We also believed it would be compatible more so than the prior commercial development that had come in a couple years ago. In a minute, I'll speak to the public interest that we had in this case, as opposed to the case a couple years ago. There was a lot of interest a couple years ago and some opposition to that commercial case. Also, not only will this development provide additional housing choice in the area, we believe the units will promote and the health of existing commercial in the area, that being the revitalizing area of Old Town and also the existing commercial areas at 91st and Peoria, rather than another center that arguably might cannibalize existing commercial demand in the area. So we thought that was an important consideration. And also, it's a type of area, it's an infill development that already is served by existing infrastructure, it's served by existing public facilities, and transportation options are in place. So that's typically a very good development position for a multifamily product of this type. Mayor and Council, as you know, these projects do go through a series of notification and a neighborhood meeting. We, of course, provide notification when the application is first submitted, and then prior to hearing, we send postcards out to all owners within a 600-foot radius and all registered HOAs within a 1-mile radius. And then we publish the ad in the paper and post per our requirements. There was a neighborhood meeting that was held. It was held at the community center on January 30th. We had 2 attendees there, and so I wanted to just provide a little bit of distinction from the case we had 3 years ago when it was commercial, where we had over 20 people there, and many there not in favor of a commercial development at that time. The 2 attendees that we had at this meeting, they were generally positive reception of this product type of multifamily, certainly over commercial. They were appreciative of the single-story nature of it, adjacent to the existing communities. I should mention that throughout the term of this project, the staff has not received any phone calls, any correspondence in opposition to this project. Also, the applicant has been working with the Peoria Unified School District, and they have worked on a draft terms of assistance agreement that they'll be working with the PUSD on. We had a public hearing most recently with the Planning and Zoning Commission on September 19th. We didn't have any speakers from the public present. After deliberating on the case, the commission voted 5-0 to recommend approval of both requests. So in summary, our findings are that we believe the development is an appropriate transition in land use. We think the standards that are in place will maximize compatibility with adjacent properties. We think it provides another housing choice in the community, and it's well situated in terms of an infill development that's already served by existing infrastructure and facilities. And again, we believe the units will promote the health of commercial centers and the Old Town area that is proximate. So with that, Mayor and Council, there are two actions tonight. The first one is recommendation to approve a resolution to redesignate the site from community commercial to medium-high density residential. And then a second action on the rezone, which is to approve an ordinance to rezone the 30 acres from a commercial PAD to a residential PAD, subject to the conditions in the staff report. So with that, I can answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. All right, Council, are there any questions? Yes. Councilmember Patendo.
Thank you, Mayor. Chris, you're saying this is a 332 units are going to be built, correct?
Correct.
And in the council communication, there are going to be 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. In the council communication, you're saying that there's going to be about 59 students that will be housed there, and they will be going to Cotton Bowl. Is that based on a formula, or is that your best guess? That's my first question. My second one is, let's say it's 90 students or 100 students. Could Cotton Bowl accommodate that many more?
Mayor Carlott, members of the council, the number of, the student generation is based on a formula that the school district has, and they have a different formula for single family versus multifamily. So that's the student generation that's expected on this type of development. On the second part of your question about the capacity, as you know, of course, we do route all of our applications through the school district to comment on, and they have not provided us any comment that would indicate that there is a lack of capacity in this school. And they've agreed to work with the applicant on an assistance agreement.
Councilmember Hunt?
Well, Chris, first of all, thank you and your staff for your diligence on this project. And then I want to say to Shelby, and you can pass it on to Richard and all the others that I know have been very interested in this project, and to Brian, you guys knocked it out of the park this time. I think it's probably been 2 years, Shelby, that you and I have been working on this, and I was a little hard to please. But this is it. This is permanent, and I wanted it to be right, and it's wonderful. I can't wait till you break ground. And I really, really do want to say thank you to you and to all of Empire Group for your perseverance and your patience. Maybe you weren't patient, but you were with me. And I think it's gonna be time well spent when we see this project come out of the ground. So thank you so much. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, so we will begin then with item 10R. Do we have a motion for the minor general plan amendment, Villages at Pioneer Park, 83rd Avenue, and Olive?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Council, please vote. And that passes unanimously. And now item 11R is the rezoning of the Villages at Pioneer Parks, 83rd Avenue and Olive Avenue.
Again, I move forward with the rezoning.
Thank you. A second. Motion and a second. Council, please vote. And item 11R passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, we will now, we will now move on to call to the public for non-agenda items. If you wish to address the city council, please complete a speaker request form and place it in the bin next to the speaker's podium. And I have received no requests to speak. So we will now move on to reports from the city manager. Mr. Tyne.
Great, thank you, Mayor. And one item to just discuss, and that is that we're always excited to showcase when we have technological investments that really make a difference in Peoria residents' lives. And we have one of those today. Our finance department has worked very hard to provide service enhancements to our business license system and primarily our automated business license system. So at this point now, this business license system, just to be clear, is the system that we use for all companies that are doing business within the city of Peoria. We now have the ability to automate the license process, track the review process, and also download important forms and reports as well. So with that, we do have a small little video clip to show that we will be airing and also informing our Peoria businesses of this great enhancement. And it's that simple. And I wanted to congratulate Sonia Andrews, our Chief Financial Officer, and her staff for the great work in getting us to that point. And that's all I have.
Thank you. What a great improvement. And what a fun video, too. Love the music. All right, we will now move on to reports from the City Council, and we'll begin with Youth Council Liaison Greathouse.
At our last Youth Advisory Board meeting, we met with our student resource officers from different high schools in Peoria, and we got to understand their roles they play in our high schools, and this started a discussion regarding mental health. And then on October 11th, I attended the West Valley Youth Leadership Conference, and it was great to get to network with other youth councils from Avondale, Buckeye, Goodyear, Litchfield Park, and Surprise. Some of my favorite parts of the day were we got to learn how to partake in a civil dialogue, and then we had a presentation from Stand Up, Speak Up, Save a Life, which was amazing. And then one of my personal favorites, we got to brainstorm with all the youth councils to plan what we want to do regarding mental health, and we decided we want to do something during National Mental Health Month in May. And I think it's great that all the youth councils are planning on working together, and I think we're going to be able to make more of an impact that way. And then lastly, I just wanted to congratulate our library card design winners. Their artwork is truly amazing, and that's all.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Patena?
Thank you, Mayor. I too would like to congratulate the library card winners. We have some very talented artists, and they did some really great designs. And I want to talk a little bit about the Resource Center for a minute. On June 27th, the city had a ribbon cutting and opened our Resource Center. And as you know, that serves people with all types of issues in our city. And being able to serve them really does make us a better city. But the true test is, when we opened it, will people actually show up for services? And I had the opportunity today to talk to Karen Imig, and she said that the place is packed on a daily basis. Senator McSally showed up, had a roundtable discussion with the current not-for-profits in there. That can't hurt. And they're meeting this week with several new nonprofits that will now be housed in the Resource Center. So people are showing up, they're utilizing our services, and as of right now, the Resource Center is a huge success, which makes me very happy. That's all I had, Mayor.
Thank you. And yes, I was with Senator McSally that day, and our not-for-profits really made us proud. They were so informative, and they let her know all of the great things that are happening for their residents in Peoria.
Great, thank you.
Councilmember Finn?
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of things I wanted to go over. We want to remind citizens that there is a free shred event at Centennial High School on October 26th from 9 to 11. It is free, but monetary donations are graciously accepted, and those proceeds go towards the Tyler Walsh and Willie Roja Scholarship Fund for Centennial High School seniors. Also want to remind people in the audience and at home that you should have received your ballots for the upcoming election. That is the only way to vote in this particular election, so please get those in no later than October 30th in order for them to be counted. And I absolutely loved that video on the business licenses and making that so much easier. That's just fantastic. I'm hoping there's more of that to come to make it easier. That's just great. I just absolutely loved it. So thanks. That's all I have.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Binsbacher?
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of things. I attended the introduction to Peoria Fire Medical Citizens Academy, and it was just great to be there along with Councilman Edwards to kick that off. It was wonderful to see so many citizens there enthused and excited to learn all about Peoria's Fire Medical Department. So I really am grateful to those citizens and all of our firefighters and leadership there, teaching them all they need to know about it. Also, attended the second annual Peoria Film Festival. Second annual. You know, whenever you call something annual, it's kind of scary, especially the first time, because it's like, is it really going to be an annual thing? I believe this is an annual thing. People are looking forward to it, and the energy was great. It was a good turnout, and congratulations to everyone that had a hand in that. It looks like it's taken off. Maybe it's going to be here to stay. Also, the mural dedication, the curtain call this past Saturday out at Theater Works. That was incredible, an incredible group of artists from PUSD. Again, a wonderful partnership and collaboration, and the whole feel of it is just wonderful, and how it is going to attract people, and it feels more welcoming, and it's truly creating that placemaking experience that we're all working towards. And then they went into, I couldn't stay for that, the second Saturday event, and I saw and heard that that was a big success. But the key is, it's all about placemaking, and people are moving around and walking around and really enjoying what we're doing in Old Town. So it was really exciting. Congratulations to the Friends of the Library, always doing great work in our city, partnering with our libraries and keeping it current and connected, and it's just fantastic. And congratulations to the library card winners, and loved the video on the business licenses. That is just fantastic. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Edwards?
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I just want to welcome, we have 6 new Peoria police officers starting from Class 146. I want to welcome them to the city of Peoria and just wish them the very best. I attended the National Night Out at Terramar on the 3rd, and I just want to thank the Terramar community and the HOA for letting me speak for a little bit. It's a great event. I know fire and police were out there showing all the services that we provide, and it was a really fun evening for all, so thank you for inviting me. On the 7th, I had a wonderful opportunity to join Girl Scout Troop 966, along with Kathy Koboth from our transportation department. We did a tour of the Pogo and our transportation within Peoria, and so they got to ride the Pogo bus both clockwise and counterclockwise, and got to see the different stops that our services provide free of charge to all Peoria residents. So Kathy, thank you so much for taking the time and really spreading the word about our transportation services here in the city. On the 9th, I attended Project Wet, the second annual Project Wet over at Alta Vista Park, and I just want to thank everybody that was involved. There was over 658 fourth grade students that attended. 6 elementary schools were there, and I just want to thank staff and all the volunteers that came out. I think everybody had a truly wonderful time. It was a little warm, but what better way to have fun with water but in warm weather. So thank you everybody for coming out to that. And let's see what else. I did attend the second annual Film Fest. It was a great event. The movie, The Current War, is coming out next week in theaters. It's a director's cut. If you get an opportunity to go out and see it, it is a really good movie. I would highly recommend going out and seeing it. And then lastly, I had the opportunity of attending the West Valley Youth Retreat, and Brighton, you and the Peoria students represented our city very well. There was 5 or 6 cities, and you guys talked on some very interesting topics, and especially when you guys started to talk about the tackling mental health issues in the high schools and the elementary schools. I'm very interested to see how you guys are going to take on that task. It's no small task, but I think if anybody's up to it, the youth of Peoria are definitely up to that task. So thank you so much, and that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Hunt?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, thank you again to the Friends of the Library. You guys are just great, and please say thank you to Kathleen on my behalf for supervising and bringing that card art to, the library card art to fruition. That was some very good art, and those are going to be very cute cards to carry. In addition to that, Diane and Colleen, who are both right here, thank you so much for your work in the community center. They took a pivotal place in there, a huge kiosk that had books and CDs and things, but they were disorganized, and nobody is paid around here to file those. They're freebies, people bring them, they take them, and so on. But the Friends came in and spent quite a lot of time and money to put them in order, to add a ton of newer books, to put in large print, to put signs saying where the books and CDs were and what level they were. And then around on the backside is a kids area with a few games and a bunch of Legos and all the kids' videos. And so anybody out there that wants some good things to read, they don't cost. You don't even check them in and out. It's an honor system. Take it out, bring it back. No penalty if you love the book so much you keep it. And certainly congratulations again to those people who, the young people and the lady who won the card. I'd like to read that book about the dog party. Bridget, that might be one you'd want to do also. Second Saturday, what can I say? Y'all have heard of First Friday down in Phoenix. Well, we didn't want to duplicate them, or we didn't want to give them any competition. So we decided to do our big party, our big block party on a different night. And so from now through May or June, I can't remember, every second Saturday, there will be a big party down in Old Town. Some in the park, some on 83rd Avenue, some on Washington Street, pop-up dining, food trucks, musicians, sidewalk art, so many, many opportunities to enjoy the complete art experience. So this first one was wonderful. I understand about 300 people. Is that what you estimate, Jen? About 300? 250 to 300? Yeah, Mary Lou's not here, so, but that's the number she gave me. So that was very, very good. And what was so exciting to me was people were walking in from the neighborhoods and saying how much they enjoyed having something in their neighborhood that was free and that they could just walk to. As far as the mural, the Studio 37 is students, and they do beautiful mural work, and that one really is exciting, and it's certainly in an appropriate place there on the side of the theater. I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Dunn.
Good evening. I wanted to welcome our new police officers that are coming on board. I'm very glad to have them. Also, congratulations to the people tonight that were recognized for their library card designs. Those were pretty cool designs. I wanted to share that Park Fest, the Pine District is having a Park Fest, and it's November 2nd, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Country Meadows Park. It's right across the street from Country Meadows Elementary. There'll be shredding event, so people can bring their shredding. They'll have safety information, many booths, fingerprinting for children. They're going to do a card for the kids and their parents. We're going to have bicycle helmet fitting. They'll all kinds of, food, entertainment, music. So I hope everybody comes out and joins us. It's going to be a lot of fun, November 2nd. The other thing I wanted to, we've been putting these, I know pretty much every one of the council members has buddy benches or friendship benches. And so I have been going out, and Irene, and we've been meeting with the schools and the principals and actually sitting with the children when they get this bench. We do the ribbon cutting, but we sit and watch the Lions Club has partnered with us, and they have a whole curriculum and they read to the children and they teach them how to be friends to other children if they're having a hard time or problems at home. If they're new to the school, they can sit on the bench and then the other kids can recognize, or the teachers, and come talk to them. So it's really a fantastic program, and when we got to experience it firsthand, the Lions Club brought out their lion and the kids got to either give it a hug or a fist pump or, whatever they felt comfortable with. But pretty neat to see. And it's just teaching our children to be kind to one another. So I wanted to remind all of us too, it's a good example for us to be kind to one another, that we need more kindness. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Youth Council Liaison Ravindran?
At our youth board meeting last week, we met at the Peoria Community Center where we toured the resource center and learned about its uses. Also, we brainstormed how to increase youth ridership on POGO and public transit in general. And also, we discussed potential subcommittees for our board. And I'd also like to congratulate the library card winners and thank our new police officers for their future service. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just wanted to just say something about our youth council liaison. You guys are getting involved in items of such substance, things that truly matter not only now, but they will matter to future youth and future adults in our city. So thank you so much for getting involved in doing all that you're doing. We appreciate you. And with that, we are adjourned.